When I first met Ahmed, I thought I had finally found peace after years of struggling to survive on my own. He was kind, patient, and made me feel like I was finally safe in a world that had been nothing but cruel. I married him after a year of dating, and I believed our love was something that could never be broken. My younger sister, Mehek, was there the entire time, cheering me on, pretending to be happy for me, pretending to be my biggest supporter. Mehek was always beautiful, the kind of woman who knew how to turn heads wherever she went. I was proud of her confidence, never jealous, because she was my sister. I had taken care of her after our parents died. I paid her college fees, bought her clothes, helped her through every mistake she made. She was like my own child. After my marriage, Mehek began spending more and more time at our house. At first, it made sense. She said she missed me. But slowly, I noticed her eyes lingered a little too long when Ahmed was around. She would laugh at his jokes louder than needed, touch his arm while talking, compliment his shirts. I ignored it, thinking I was overreacting. After all, she was my sister. One evening, while I was cooking dinner, I overheard them talking in the living room. Mehek's voice was soft, flirtatious, and Ahmed's tone wasn't one I recognized. Warmer, more playful. I froze, my hands trembling, but forced myself to brush it off. "It's nothing," I whispered. "She's just being friendly." But the seed of doubt had been planted. Weeks passed and things began to change. Ahmed came home later and stopped holding me like he used to. He spent more time on his phone, smiling at messages he didn't share. Mehek started visiting even when I wasn't home. One afternoon, I came back early from work and found her sitting on our couch wearing one of my robes. When I asked why, she laughed and said, "I spilled coffee on my clothes." I didn't argue, but inside, something shattered. That night, I cried quietly next to Ahmed as he slept, scrolling through his phone that he forgot to lock. What I saw destroyed me. Messages, pictures, words that were once meant for me. My sister telling him she loved him saying he couldn't imagine life without her. My world fell apart. When I confronted them, they didn't even deny it. Mehek smirked, as if she had won a game I didn't even know we were playing. Ahmed said he was confused, that feelings just happened. Within a week, I was out of the house, my own husband choosing my sister over me. The people I loved the most ripped my heart into pieces, and I was left with nothing. For months, I wandered through life like a ghost. I moved into a small apartment, found work in a small office, and avoided everyone who knew me. Nights were the hardest. I'd wake up crying, hearing their voices in my head. I tried to hate them, but I couldn't. I still loved them both, and that was the cruelest part. Then one day, something inside me snapped. I realized I had spent my entire life giving love, money, time, and loyalty to people who only took from me. Mehek and Ahmed thought they had destroyed me, but they had only awakened something stronger. Revenge wasn't my plan at first. Success was. I wanted to rebuild myself, not for them, but for me. I took online business courses, studied late into the night, and started a small handmade jewelry brand. It was hard at first. Orders were slow, and I barely had enough to pay rent. But slowly, my dedication paid off. Influencers began to notice my designs, customers grew, and within 2 years, I had a full team working under me. My brand became one of the fastest growing online stores in the state. I never reached out to Mehek or Ahmed, but I saw them sometimes in pictures online, smiling like a perfect couple. It hurt, but I smiled too, because while they were busy pretending, I was busy building. By the 3rd year, I was invited to a business expo in New York. Investors offered to buy my company, the same company I built from my tears, for millions. But I refused. I wanted control, power, and freedom. When I first saw Ahmed's name on the bankruptcy court documents, my heart didn't race with anger, it raced with anticipation. I wasn't a vengeful person by nature, but I had learned that life often gives you exactly what you deserve. Mac had always believed she was untouchable, that she could steal whatever she wanted without consequences. But now, the universe had placed her directly in my path. I didn't approach them immediately. I wanted to be strategic. I contacted a few of the top real estate agents and business consultants in the city, using my new identity as a successful entrepreneur. Within weeks, I had negotiated a discreet acquisition of Ahmed's failing construction company, the very company he had once promised me he'd run responsibly. The irony was delicious. Ahmed and Mac were struggling to pay their employees when they received a formal notice. Their company had been sold to an unknown investor. They tried to reach out, panicking, only to realize the new owner was me. I called the office personally the next day. Ahmed answered the phone, his voice shaking. Who is this? I smiled softly. Do you really need me to remind you? The realization hit them like a tidal wave. Every contract, every asset, every property they thought they controlled was now under my name. I had rebuilt everything they had tried to destroy, only stronger, bigger, untouchable. Mek's face turned pale. I could see her lips quiver as she whispered, You? Yes, I said calmly. I am the woman you tried to break. I am stronger than you imagined. You stole my husband, my trust, my years, but I stole your empire. And now, you will watch everything crumble from the sidelines. Ahmed tried to explain, to beg, but I didn't listen. I had no words left for a man who once claimed to love me while betraying me. Months passed. I expanded the company, gained international clients, and became a recognized figure in the industry. Ahmed worked as a low-level consultant, barely making ends meet, while Mehek struggled with personal debt. Neither could contact me. I had blocked every number, every message. I had no desire to hurt them personally. Seeing them fail in the shadow of their own choices was punishment enough. One evening, standing in my high-rise office overlooking the city lights, I reflected on everything. The pain, the betrayal, the years of tears, they were all behind me now. But the victory, the sweet knowledge that I had turned my suffering into strength, was mine forever. I had learned the most important lesson: never underestimate a person you try to destroy. Life had given me the ultimate revenge, not through anger or hatred, but through success and resilience. Ahmed and Mehek had thought they could crush me, but they had unknowingly built the very ladder I used to rise above them. And as I sipped my wine, looking at the skyline, I whispered softly to no one in particular, "This is mine, every bit of it." No one stole from me again. I was untouchable, unstoppable, and unbroken.